Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
When men checking me out, 7:30 a.m. ladies and gentlemen. I'm covered head to toe. Nothing to check out here, sweetheart. Actually, there's one thing to check out for you. You go google.com, you check out therapy near me. I don't know why when men stare at me, I take it as an insult. I'm like, yeah, you wish.
I really don't, and you were right the first time. There's nothing to see, except some lunatic with a hangover.
You know that saying that the guys that want you, you don't want, and the guys you want don't want you back, right? I figured out how and why that is. Stay with me on this one. The guys that you do not care about, the guys you're not even attracted to, do you notice energetically that you are just completely yourself with them because you're not concerned about what their opinion is of you? When you have this mindset, you're not caring about what you look like, what you're saying, you're just yourself, and that is very attractive to these guys. So when you're like super annoyed with the fact that the guy that you want doesn't want you back, you have to think about this. How are you acting when it comes to this type of guy? Are you being reserved? Are you being shy? And if that's the case, then that is probably a huge reason as to why he can't really fully like you, because you're acting way too concerned about what he thinks of you, and energetically that's going to pull him away from you. You kind of have to treat the guys that you're into a little bit like friends at first, like not caring whether or not you end up with them, because energetically that's way more attractive if you act like he's a friend, you have options, I'm good whether we date or not, and that is reverse psychology to get him to really be interested in you.
He will absolutely not. He doesn't care about your energetic whatever. He cares about his preferences, and you did not make the top 10.
I feel so bad for this generation of men. And the reason why I say that is I know people will come for me because they always have to come for men. But I feel like there's worse women now than there are worse men. Do you know what I mean? Like in the past, there was better quality women and then there was just men that were players. But now men actually want to get married and they want to settle down, but women are cheating. Like, they're actually cheating. And what's crazy is, like, I know women that are cheating and they're super innocent and, like, their man has no idea. And it's like, it saddens me. It saddens me so much because now when I talk to men, they're super damaged by these women. And it's like, when has this ever happened in the past? Like, women are more dogs and ran through than men nowadays. Like, I just feel bad. I feel bad for men. It's like, they don't trust women anymore, and they especially don't trust good-looking women. Like, I'm screwed out here.
Princess, I think you're gonna be okay. And we know, but you don't need to feel bad about it. Those women you're talking about, they already shaved their heads, so things got so much easier for us.
I just saw a really disturbing TikTok that said this. If you have the urge to text him first, just remember this. There's a girl in his phone right now who never has to text him first. If that does not make you spit your drink out and slap yourself in the face and be like, move on, Susan, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, you might want to tell Susan there might be a girl in his phone right now texting him first, and in a couple of years they're gonna end up being married and you're gonna end up watching disturbing TikToks.
I assumed I would find my husband in my 20s and be married by 30 and having kids and all that, and I'm 32 and I'm just not. But I also have viewed being in my 30s and having dated such an empowering position to be in, because you are so much more established, you're so much more clear on what it is you want, and there's so much less room for the bullshit. Feeling like someone is vetting you. Like, no, it's actually the other way around.
For so much of my life, I would find myself in these relationships and it was almost like I didn't have a choice. To your point, being in my 30s, being established, having this life experience, also having like a lot of sobriety under my belt and a lot of self-awareness around like who I am and why I am the way that I am and all of that, I'm like armed with this information. It's no longer about like, am I good enough for this person? It's like, is this what I want? How do I feel when I'm with this person? I do have a choice. Yeah, it's not about them.
It kind of is also about them, not just you. But I mean, sure, yeah, why not listen to these ladies? One never had a choice and she was just waking up being in relationships, and the other one at 32 still doesn't understand that you're vetting each other.
So there are a lot of women on here talking about the 4B movement, like don't fuck men, don't date them, don't flirt with them. But I think what's missing is boycotting areas where women are the product that men get for free. For instance, I think we've all discovered that the reason why a lot of women may get into clubs for free is because they are the product at the club. Men go to the club to see other women. Now, what if we just started boycotting that? Like, instead of going to places where men are, like the clubs and the bars, we all just organize like women get-togethers. Deadass, I think we just need to be in our grandma era. Actually, it doesn't even have to be a grandma era. Like, just bring back house parties, but only invite the girls and gays.
So do that instead. No one said your only option is to moan and complain on TikTok. You can throw a house party if you want to, or if you have enough friends to, I don't know, come to your house. Another reason why this boycott is gonna be just as successful as your 4B movement is gonna be: no clubs, no bars, only you ladies. There's not gonna be anyone there to pay for it.
There's a certain type of man out there that you need to avoid at all costs. And the way to distinguish this man from other men is to simply ask them for something. Ask them for anything like romantic that girls like, that you like, and just watch their reaction. Earlier this year, I was dating a 31-year-old man and my birthday was coming up. I usually am a good communicator because I realized that nobody can really read your mind. So if you want something, then you should ask for it. I asked this guy, hey, like, I really love flowers. I haven't really gotten them a lot in my life. It would make me so happy if you could get me flowers for my birthday. Do you think you could do that? He like hearted my message and I was like, oh, okay, so I guess he's down. The next day he calls me and he was like, yeah, like we need to break things off. And I'm like, why? And also like my birthday's in like a week, like why? And he was like, yeah, I don't want to buy you flowers because you asked for them. I only want to buy you flowers if I want to buy you flowers. So 2 years prior to that, I also dated a man very briefly who also broke up with me after I asked him to buy me flowers sometimes. And he said in the breakup like, oh, like I was thinking about buying you flowers, but I'm just never going to be that guy. And since those instances, I've just noticed that there is a type of man that really hates it when you ask them to do something for you that they wouldn't already have done themselves. After these relationships, I always wondered, why do they get so mad when I express my needs to them? And the reason why they get mad when you express your needs to them is because it makes them feel bad about themselves.
No, not really. And coming from someone who will never buy flowers for anyone, those flowers were not the problem. They were just the cherry on top. Not even one guy will break up with you because of the flowers, but more than one? Come on now, princess. There are plenty of men out there who will be happy to buy flowers. Some won't like it, but they'll still do it. And there are some lunatics out there just like me who will never buy flowers. If everything I do for you is not enough and that's the deal breaker for you, oh no, I guess I'm gonna let you stay away from me.
This awakening has me feeling some type of way because once you take off the label of who you think you are and transmute it into the knowing of the I am, it's a game changer.
That giggle at the end is the reason I posted her, because unlike you gentlemen, I knew her eyes were up there, and I do not promise, but maybe pinky swear or something, that I did not posted her because of the awakening, whatever that means. What awakening is that? And why would I want to give up on who I think I was, Batman, and realize I am who I am when who I am is me?
I don't know who needs to hear this, but people who are recording themselves having meltdowns on TikTok are not poor misguided souls who need your sympathy. They are narcissists who are trying to manipulate you. Hope that helps.
It does a little bit, but I still don't think everyone is a narcissist. Some of them are just low IQ lunatics who just shave their heads for no reason. And to keep this fair, I've also seen a couple of men crying. Yeah, 2 or 3 grown men crying. And they do absolutely get my sympathy. Think about the effort that they have to put in. Setting the phone in an angle that is capturing the best side of them. Cause hey, you gotta keep it fabulous, right? Then looking in the camera, start to shed a few tears, pressing the record button, yelling and crying, and then stop recording, editing the video, sometimes adding some sad music on the background. And you know what? Shout out to them for being emotionally intelligent enough to go through all those steps I've just mentioned. And like I've said, there were a couple of men doing that, maybe 3, 4, but all the rest of them were, what's the word I'm looking for now? That, I think it used to start with a W in the old English language that lasted up until like maybe 2022, 2023. Oh wait, found it.
What is a woman?
What is a person?
What is a woman?
A person is somebody who walks the earth that does well for others.
But we're at the Women's March. What is a woman?
A person is somebody that walks
Not a
the
person.
earth and does well for others.
I need it.
Like.
No, you gotta.
Oh my god.
Josh, what the?
Oh shit. That was Adam. Where's your phone?
You try to do that? Do you have your phone?
Alright, this is gonna be it for today. As always, I do hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still appreciate you for making it this far. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.